1.4. Anyway, they are almost the same. America cannot double up China. They can't. But you 1.5. My God, you are in disarray. They just beat you like grasshoppers. No more control. So that's what he said. Who will ensure the security of Africa? Number 3. Let's talk about historical missions. How to use brotherhood. Uvandimwe. Father Seotwari. Uvandimwe. This is the president. How to use brotherhood, undugu, similarities and linkages among the African people to achieve this. KISORO turaryana. Can you imagine? So how can this mission shall we ever achieve? When we are the same people, tuvukana umwe listen to turavukana ariko ntabwo twareba muri umuporoso muri umprotestant aritere Gabesha. Please read the writings of the president. Vice Chancellor, I'm begging you. I help you to brief them if you necessary. But Dr. Kater is here. So these are the three historical missions. And this one of Musevenoics is to me, but they're all linked. And again, this book will help. Because it talks about, we talk about being different. And even the president's book, one of the writings is, language, we must, let us pay attention to language, names of people, names of places. He met somebody from you see, somebody from Nigeria in a meeting, and that person, I had that here. That person was, the name he was emphasizing the importance of discovering ourselves through languages. And he was saying, okay, let me read this. I think it's better to read this than telling stories. This brings me to the third historical mission, using the brotherhood of the African people. Because I'm emphasizing this because it's a problem here, but let them not tell you right. Using the brotherhood of the African people to achieve the economic and political integration. The African population is 1.5 billion people. Unlike what some people say, what the reactionaries say is either similar or linked. There are only 4 linguistic groups in Africa. 4 tribes, if you want to call them, those who want to use tribes. Niger, Congo, that is Bantu and I think Kakwati. That's one group. And this one actually says the same. He even has a map. I'll show it to you. The next one is Afro-Asiatic, Arabic, Nilo-Saharan, Nilotics, Kushite, Sudan, etc. So then Afro-Asiatic, Arabic, Tigrinya, Amharic. And then Khoisan, who are like Bushmen of Southern Africa. Now, then he goes on. There's moreover, he goes on. Says, apart from the similarities within each language group, e.g. the Bantu, there are amazing linkages between the language groups. Take the Somali word for cow. It is Sa, S-A-A. You know what Sa means in most of the Bantu dialects of the Great Lakes region? Amasha, Nango Amasi, Sa, Obusa, I think in Uganda. It means cow dung. But you can see the linkage. See, this is the linkage. It can't be accidental. Not any other dung. Not dog dung. It's cow dung. Recently, in the Somali summit, we had a Nigerian commissioner of the African Union by the name of KALE, a Yoruba. When I asked him the meaning of his name, what did he answer? It means a hard worker in Yoruba. In all the Bantu dialects of the Great Lakes you know what the verb kora means, to work. So he was trying to see. Then earlier I met a woman finance minister from Nigeria again, but this time Igbo, by the name Ngozi. When I asked her what her name means in Igbo, she told me that it means love. You know what Ngozi means in Rutoro? Ngozi. Ngozi, Jai. Love. In Unyangole, Ngozi means close or skin. The mother, Nambi Muchinyarwanda, Ingogi, means used to carry children on the back. Again, linked to love. It is therefore a great betrayal by the post-independence African leaders to fail to unite these similar or linked peoples for their own good, and instead spend so much time talking about sectarianism of religion, or tribe, or gender chauvinism. So, why I'm saying this, you see, that you need to go deeper at least at the real background, is to really just, because even, let me tell you, the Bush War. So what you're doing is what? Believe in the people, the power of the people, and weaponizing them. Having confidence in ourselves, not looking for donations, begging. The strength is in us. God gave us talents. That's what the Bible says. Now let me be a preacher. Am I wrong? God gave us talents. The Bible is right. You get talents from other people. But we don't use them. And the day of judgment, I think many of us are going to Gehenna. Because we don't use these talents. So the president, as I said, all these writings, when they become even more useful to us, especially to the next generation, we are going. Don't worry, we are going. But where are we leaving you? That's the question. Where are we leaving the country? I mean, don't squander this. This is gold. This is gold. It's not propaganda, it's gold, because it worked. It has worked. Imagine, I want to ask any of you, who can, before I was to give you 27 guns, rifles, to go and start a war. Okay? This is a man who used to carry, even during the minister time, used to carry guns from, it's also in his writings, from across East Africa. And smuggle them inside here. Mnamulichinisha? Hata those who rather were they started na Mungu na washakwa president how? Dr. Katende, I don't want to spoil your by bringing politics. But you see, they are connected. To me, it should be political economy. So anyway, at least I was a witness. He went really, his thinking that was behind the war of resistance that brought about the peace we are talking about, and even fighting. You know, when these rebels in the north, UPDA, later on Kwena, Konyi, when the former UNLA, when they started in 86, they were saying, you know, we have got so many guns. Museveni started with 27 guns. For us, it took 5 years for us to take us a month to patrolling. They thought it is arithmetic. They didn't realize that it's actually geometry. It's not so easy. It's not about adding one to one. At any rate, what I'm saying is these writings of the president, which thanks to UDF, you have really compiled them. I would like that you go further and really to help even in the schools, I don't know, informing the curriculum. Such, because that's the foundation. His philosophy is distilled from a correct study of history of humankind and drawing the right lessons, analyzing them, and then learning lessons and drawing a guide for transforming our lives, either in forms of securing us or in forms of making us survive and prosper. So that's, by the way, of contribution to the Musevenoics, which I applaud. Now, coming to applying these factors of production to, I think I forgot to mention, I talked about the three historical commissions, but there were the four ideological principles, which I think you already: patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, disciplined and non-conventional democracy such as this. Now, patriotism, we just find, see, for us, I remember even in university, we just say, patriotism is love your country. But we never ask ourselves, why are you loving your country? What is the reason for you to love the country? So the president explains it in his documents. Because it's important for prosperity, for a larger market if you're a producer, an entrepreneur, and also for strategic security. If the Africans can unite, at least East Africa, we shall have a stronger voice, and maybe the people will be careful to play around with us. And we wouldn't even have these problems of Congo. You remember when President Tshisekedi had accepted deployment of the East African standby force across here. Wasn't there peace? There was peace in Kivu. At least we're not getting refugees coming. Because if we are a large entity and a problem comes, then you deploy. You will deploy. Who is the commander? Would you deploy? Yes. The way you would deploy if there's a problem here, for instance. You won't ask anybody. The commander will deploy from Baraka. So we'll also deploy across there will be no problem. So this, when he talks about patriotism and Pan-Africanism, it is from the point of view of both prosperity and security. I think I've talked enough of that, otherwise I might overtalk and miss the main point. Now let's come down to applying Musevenoics to the current affairs in KISORO. But here I will need your help. It should be more of a discussion, I think. You help me. First of all, when you are together, I think what is to see how do these principles that you have outlined help us to utilize the factors of production, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 factors of production, to improve our quality of life, of course take advantages of whatever opportunities that are available. As I said, I confess, I really don't, I'm not very well schooled with these principles, but generally from what I have read of whatever the president has written, first of all, the first problem is the mindset. I don't know, and you have started working on it. If we can, it's ideological culture. If we can make the people less self-centered, and you remember in the old society, people are not self-centered. Abantu babanaga guhana umuganda, guhana umukizi. See, that's a reflection of the values which were based on the idea that to survive, I can't survive as an individual. I need others. Now, the mindset, taking advantage of both the cultural values as well as, of course, our ideology of love. Love. Reverend,